No one plays more music. KSMO, Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Former President Trump wants Nikki Haley to get out of the race for the Republican presidential nomination. The AP's Donna Warder.
Trump easily won Tuesday's Republican primary in New Hampshire.
You know, we won New Hampshire 3 times now. Three.
But he used his victory speech to attack former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, who finished second.
Let's not have somebody take a victory when she had a very bad night.
Haley is the last major challenger now that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has ended his presidential bid. But Haley says she's staying in.
The first party to retire, its 80-year-old candidate, is going to be the party that wins this election.
I'm Donna Warner.
President Biden won New Hampshire's Democratic primary in a write-in vote. 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war in Russia about to be returned in a prisoner exchange reportedly are among those killed when a Russian military plane crashed near Ukraine. The AP's Charles de Ledesma.
The governor of the Belgorod region says all those aboard were killed. The governor hasn't said how many people were on the plane or who exactly they were. It also isn't immediately clear what caused the crash in the Belgorod region. The Associated Press, too, could not confirm who was aboard the plane, and Ukrainian officials cautioned against sharing unverified information. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Russia is accusing Ukraine of shooting down the plane. That's just into us. At least 25 people died after a fire broke out in the basement of a shopping area in China's Jiangxi province. Ford is recalling some Explorer SUVs because a trim piece can fly off. That could be dangerous for other drivers. This is AP News. A broadcast legend has died.
Charles Osgood, who anchored CBS Sunday Morning for more than 2 decades, has died at the age of 91.
CBS Sunday Morning probably is his masterpiece.
Robert Thompson, a professor of pop culture at Syracuse University, who says Charles Osgood's style was different than your typical newscaster.
It was this much more avuncular, conversational, over the fence in the backyard kind of feel. And I think that was appealing to a lot of people.
CBS reported that Osgood died Tuesday at his home in New Jersey. The cause of death, according to his family, was dementia. I'm Shelley Adler.
The Los Angeles Times is laying off 94 newsroom employees, 1/4 of its newsroom staff. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Agri-America features the largest collection of agricultural podcasts, including popular titles such as...
Hi, this is Rob Sharkey, a fifth-generation farmer from Illinois. If you want to hear stories about agriculture, make sure you tune in to Shark Farmer Podcast today on Agri-America.
Hi, I'm Darren Hefty. Head over to Agri-America's podcast directory for the latest episode of the Ag PhD radio show.
Visit Agri-America's podcast directory at agriamerica.com/podcasts. agriamerica.com/podcasts.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station 729. Dense fog advisory remains in effect till noon today, as we will have fog throughout the entire morning hours. We're going to top out about 52 degrees, but this afternoon under cloudy skies. Then tonight, more widespread dense fog is likely to occur. Then we'll have clouds as well, low around 41 with a 50-50 chance of rain developing after midnight, with northerly breezes. Thursday, rain. Again, some dense fog could be occurring in the morning. High of 50. We will have east winds of 5 to 10 becoming westerly by the afternoon. Chance of precipitation is 80% on Thursday. Clouding up Thursday night, low of 36 with a west breeze. More clouds Friday, high of 50 with northwest winds 5 to 10. Moving to the east in the afternoon. Clouds Friday night with a low of 36 with a 3 in 10 chance of rain developing after midnight. Rain Saturday morning into the early afternoon. We'll have a high of 43 with clouds and that 60% chance of rain. Still clouds Saturday night with a low of 32 and a partly sunny Sunday, high of 42. Currently, right now, at the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station, it's 41 degrees at your hometown radio source. Oh, just ticked up, 42. Still have that fog. It's thicker than pea soup, right? Half a mile visibility still here at the KSMO studios, 30.06 inches of pressure. It's climbing 100% relative humidity. Winds around the west to southwest at about 2 miles an hour. There you have it. Look at weather going on. Right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. We got news next. It's up right after this.
Taro Complete Auto Care in Salem can take care of all of your automotive and diesel repair needs. Taro Complete Auto Care has these specials every week. Tuesday is Ladies' Day, and on Wednesday it's Seniors' Day, where you can get $2 off of your oil change. They also offer free delivery and pickup in the city limits. So for all of your automotive repair needs, the place to go is Taro Complete Auto Care at 307 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
This is Cardinals broadcaster Ricky Horton. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back and on the fields in Jupiter, Florida. Spring Training 2024. It'll be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered and will be with you from the first pitch to the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark Sports Leader, KSMO.
At KSMO Radio, good morning, and, good hour to be up and about, I guess. That fog out there, please drive carefully. Here we have that dense fog advisory again in effect till noon today. All right, time for news. The local news brought to you as a courtesy of all of us here at KSMO Radio. My name is Stan Stevens. Glad to be along with you on your Wednesday morning. It's hump day, and let's get to that news right here on KSMO. The Dent County Commission held a special meeting Tuesday after their regular meeting Monday was postponed due to the icy road conditions. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Wes Mowbray said workers will be working on a salt spreader, trying to figure out why it won't stay working. While District 2 Commissioner Gary Polk said workers will be in the Boss area spreading salt on some roads that were still slick. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson proposed to the commission to include two separate questions on the April ballot, one on a county-wide sales tax on recreational marijuana use, and the other would be a use tax that would only be collected on out-of-state or internet sales of products. The first question ballot language would read, quote, shall Dent County, Missouri impose a countywide sales tax of 3% on all tangible personal property retail sales of adult-use marijuana sold in Dent County, Missouri? This tax would not be collected on the sale of medical marijuana. The second question ballot language would read, quote, shall the County of Dent impose a local use tax at the same rate as the local sales tax rate, currently 2.25%, provided that if the local sales tax rate is reduced or raised by voter approval, the local use tax shall also be reduced or raised by the same action, unquote. Both of the questions on the ballot would benefit the general revenue fund of the county. The commission approved adding both questions to the April ballot. It should be noted a new use tax in Dent County would not change the amount of a purchase that people would pay at a store in Salem or in Missouri, but would only apply to purchases made outside of Missouri that are to be used here in our state, including purchases on the internet. If passed, people who purchase items on the internet or by phone from a vendor outside of Missouri will have to pay the same local sales tax as if they were buying the product right here in Salem from a brick-and-mortar store. The next meeting of the commission will be Thursday at 9 o'clock at the courthouse, and that meeting will be open to the public. On Monday, the Phelps County Sheriff's Department issued an endangered person advisory for an 18-year-old white male named Phelan Connor Graves. Graves has since been found and has been returned home safely. The Denton County Sheriff's Office did release some reports. On Saturday, January 13th, a deputy responded to the 18,000 block of Route C for the report of an animal neglect. During the investigation, multiple dogs and cats were found to be outside during inclement weather without proper shelter, food, or water. The owner, a 65-year-old Salem man, became compliant with Missouri statutes and the case was closed. Then on Monday the 15th, a deputy responded to the 5000 block of Route O for a recovered cell phone. The victim, a 42-year-old Canadian woman, discovered the phone missing in October of 2023 in Austin, Texas. The phone was tracked to Dent County after it was purchased by a resident. The phone was recovered and it will be returned to its owner. No local charges were filed in this case. And finally, on Friday the 19th, a deputy responded to the 900 block of Dent County Road 5440 for the report of a horse that had been shot. A 52-year-old Salem man told the deputy he had discovered his horse had been shot and provided possible suspect information. That investigation is still ongoing. If you have information regarding an investigation, please contact the Dent County Sheriff's Department at 729-3241. That's 729-3241. Well, volunteers for AARP will again be conducting their free tax filing assistance at the Salem Community Center at the Armory this year. This free tax filing assistance will begin on Friday, February 2nd, and continue every Friday until April the 5th. Appointments can be made by calling the Salem Community Center at the Armory, 729-8163. This local service is provided entirely by AARP-trained volunteers, and this is the 20th year that Healthy Dent County has partnered with AARP to provide this free tax service to our community. The AARP Foundation Tax Aid volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms and schedules, including the Form 1040. However, the Volunteer Protection Act requires that the volunteers stay in the scope of the program. If counselors feel they do not have adequate knowledge or your return is too complex, you may need to seek another qualified counselor there or get paid tax assistance. Items you will need to bring with you to have your tax returns prepared are proof of identification, such as a picture ID, Social Security cards for you, your spouse, and dependents, or a Social Security number verification letter issued by the Social Security Administration. You should also bring birth dates for you, your spouse, and any dependents on the tax return. Also needed are wage and earning statements. That includes Forms W-2, W-2G, 1099-R, 1099-MISC for all employers, plus year-end Social Security statements showing total Social Security received and Medicare payments, and interest and dividend statements from the banks, your Form 1099s. You should bring a copy of last year's federal and state return with you, if at all possible. Plus, bring proof of a bank account routing number and account numbers for direct deposit. That could be in the form of a blank check or a deposit slip. To file taxes electronically on a married filing joint tax return, both spouses have to be present to sign the required forms. The Salem Community Center at the Armory is at 1200 West Rowell Road. Again, make your appointment to get those taxes done. 729-8163. They begin February 2nd and last until April the 5th. That's 729-8163. And the Salem Police Department did release a report for the month of December. The department did respond to 19 accidents during the month. Officers also responded to 6 alarms sounding, and they addressed 20 animal calls. The department investigated 5 assaults or fights, performed 16 well-being checks, and 3 area checks during the month. The department investigated 17 domestic disputes, 9 verbal disturbances, conducted 36 follow-up investigations, and provided 22 escorts. They investigated a nuisance incident, 3 harassment reports, 2 fraud charges, took 3 missing persons reports, and offered assistance to 5 motorists. Salem Police wrote 7 property damage reports during December, plus made 9 stealing reports and 2 shoplifting reports. Officers investigated 4 intoxicated drivers, 17 suspicious circumstance calls, 8 suspicious person calls, and 7 suspicious vehicle calls. Officers responded to 6 trespassing calls and attempted to serve 5 warrants in December. Officers conducted 69 traffic stops during the month, and police responded to a total of 443 incidents in December. The average response time to calls in December was 2 minutes and 27 seconds, and the average time spent on the scene, 16 minutes and 45 4 seconds. Keep it here, KSMO Radio. Sports is next when we return right after this.
If you look close enough, you can see the hidden potential that lives within your fields. That's why an agro-liquid crop nutrition plan starts with the crop and identifies the precise combination of primary nutrients while focusing on the support of secondary and micronutrients, ensuring that every nutrient is working in harmony for your crop to reach its full potential, maximizing growth while offering lower use rates and greater overall efficiency. And with our comprehensive customer support and robust agronomic knowledge, you can feel confident that your precision crop nutrition plan is the right one to reach your goals. Apply less, expect more? Precisely. Find an AgroLiquid dealer and achieve more with less at agroliquid.com.
Right here at KSMO Radio, it's time for some sports news, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here, KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. In sports, Boston Setzer scored 17 points and had 10 rebounds to lead the Steelville Cardinals to a 61-41 win over Salem Tuesday night. Salem boys basketball Tigers will be at Houston Thursday in a makeup game from January 12th. The JV game starts at 6, followed by the varsity contest. Salem 9-8 going into that game. Brendan Saad's second goal of the game with 48 seconds left gave the St. Louis Blues a 4-3 win over Calgary last night. Jordan Kyrou and Braden Shen also scored for the Blues. Will be in Vancouver tonight at 8:30 on KSMO Radio. And Missouri lost their 6th straight games. The Texas A&M Aggies beat the Tigers 63-57 last night. Sean East II led Missouri with 17 points as they fall to 8-11, 0-6 in the SEC Conference. The Tigers will play South Carolina on Saturday. And that's news and sports brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here, KSMO Radio. It's 7:42 and time for the Daily Investment Report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones at 907 South Pershing. Call them up at 729-3831 if you have questions or need more information about stocks or bonds or mutual funds, IRAs, CDs, commodities, a number of different investment opportunities. Treasury bills, they've got all that they can help you with too. Contact them today. 729-3831 or drop by the office, 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. Now our daily investment report. With the report this morning is Leah Nash. Leah?
This is financial advisor Leah Nash from Edward Jones bringing you the daily financial market report. U.S. equities closed higher. The Dow closed down 96 points at 37,906. The Nasdaq closed up 66 points at 15,426. The S&P 500 closed up 14 points at 4,865. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.15%, higher by 0.04 percentage points. In commodity markets, the price of crude oil was down 28 cents at $74.48, and the spot price of gold was up $7.30 to $2,029.50. In stocks of local interest, Ameren Corporation closed up 17 cents at $69.02. AT&T closed up 39 cents at $17.19. Boeing Company closed down $3.43 at $211.50. Dollar General closed down 80 cents at $134.02. ExxonMobil closed at $1.09 at $97.91. McDonald's closed at $1.64 at $300.05. Microsoft closed up $2.39 at $398.90. PepsiCo closed up $2.53 at $167.64. Pfizer closed up 12 cents at $28.43. Procter & Gamble closed up $6.12 at $153.98. U.S. Bancorp closed up 19 cents at $41.97, and Walmart closed up 41 cents at $162.80. This has been today's financial market report brought to you by Edward Jones and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention financial advice at 907 South Pershing in Salem, Missouri. If you'd like more information, please stop by our contact us at 573-729-3831. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.
Thank you, Leah, and don't forget to join us again here at KSMO for our next daily investment report. It'll come your way this afternoon, right around 5:30, 5:35, or tomorrow morning, 7:40, 7:45. The daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. Again, we do want to remind you, we've got a couple of interviews coming up. Kevin Kreider is our scheduled guest from the Dent County Extension this morning. We'll be talking about the feral hog situation and possibly some other activities as well. And then Lisa Delaney is our scheduled guest for the hospital at 9:10 this morning. So we'll be talking to them this morning on KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7. We'll also stream those interviews at KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube page. Keep it here for weather next.
Need to schedule an appointment for an X-ray, MRI, CT, nuclear medicine, or an ultrasound? Call SMDH Centralized Scheduling at 573-453-5952. SMDH will schedule your tests while working around your personal schedule, help you pre-register for service, and help you navigate insurance requirements before your appointment. Schedule your radiology appointment today with Salem Memorial District Hospital by calling Centralized Scheduling 453-5952. The Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
At Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem. At the KSMO studio, 747, and time for weather on Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listening area. It's brought to you by your friends at Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory, where they're going to have a Valentine's dance on Friday, February the 9th. The doors will open at 6, and the music will be from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Community Center at the Armory. It's $5 per person at the door for those who are 18 and above. Enjoy a night of live country and pop music with Candy and the Cowboy. Come on out for great food and dancing. Concessions will be available, and you can BYOB. 729-8163 is the number to call if you have questions, or email Jackie at jackie@salemcommunitycenter.org. Healthy Dane County's Valentine's Dance, Friday, February 9th. Doors open at 6. The music begins at 6:30. Sponsored by Kurt's Mobile Homes and Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory. Well, a gradual decrease in light rain and drizzle is expected, but as that happens, the fog has moved in, and a dense fog advisory will continue through noon. A slow rise in temperatures will occur this afternoon, and most areas should get into the upper 40s. Areas of south central Missouri may hit 50, but I think with all the clouds and the fog, probably not going to get there, and if we do, we're just going to nick it. By tonight and in the late afternoon, some mist and drizzle could reoccur, and we could again see some fog move back into our area after it thins out a bit this afternoon. So again, look out for possible dense fog tonight and into tomorrow morning. For Friday and Thursday, a widespread round of rain is likely to occur. It should start Thursday morning early, like about 3 o'clock in the morning, and continue in the early afternoon, and then Friday after midnight we'll have a chance of getting a little bit more rain again. Temps will likely remain similar to today. Areas should be in the upper 40s to near 50, and there could even be a little patches of fog in those days as well. Now, Friday looks to be a little bit drier, though, as we await the next disturbance. Clouds will continue to linger. However, guidance will suggest highs around 50 degrees. For Saturday and Sunday, we are in agreement that an upper-level low is going to move from the Texas-Oklahoma panhandle through our area. This will force a surface low 2 tracks south of the area, and that will bring a round of rain back through the area again. Given the consistency in the ensemble guidance, current rainfall probabilities will be about 50 to 60%. Given the lack of a strong cold air aloft, this looks just to be rain. We should have highs in the lower 40s. Lows will we should see in the area Sunday should be not too bad. Not too bad. We should still be in the upper 30, or should be in the 30s to maybe even upper 30s. So it could be possibly be the first time in several days, though, by Sunday afternoon, and we might see the sun. Been quite some time. We have plenty of cloud cover still in our forecast all the way through Sunday. So partly sunny skies are what we may have by Sunday afternoon, and that would be a welcome sight to see some much needed sunshine, dry things out a little bit. 43 our high yesterday, and 36 the low. Normal high is 45 degrees and a normal low of 24. 76, the record high in 1950. Minus 17, the record low in 1894. Yesterday we had 1 inch and 9/10 of rain. We're standing at 3 3/4 of an inch already here in Dent County. We had rain in the after midnight hours. We had rain last night. 7:16, the time of sunrise this morning. 5:10 will be the time of sunset. The extended forecast for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, as we mentioned, maybe some sunshine on Sunday. Yeah, partly sunny skies, high of 42. Partly cloudy Sunday night, low of 25. Sunny Monday, high of 52. Clear Monday night, low of 31. And sunny Tuesday at a high of 55. That local forecast and current conditions next in a moment.
The Healthy Dent County Fitness Center is proud to announce that they are now offering free memberships to those who have the Silver Sneakers program, which is a benefit available through many Medicare plans. Silver Sneakers is the nation's leading community fitness program designed exclusively for older adults. Getting started is as easy as calling the Healthy Dent County Fitness Center at 739-1127 to see if you qualify, or stop by and sign up at the Fitness Center office, take a tour of the facility, and start working out at no cost. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, partnering together for your well-being. Stop by 1200 West Rollo Road or call 739-1127 to get all the details. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, together for your benefit.
Dense fog advisory in effect till noon today, and then look out tonight. We may have another area of dense fog, but the dense fog advisory will be in effect until at least noon. Then after 5 o'clock tonight, look for fog to move kind of back in. How dense will it be? That I'm not sure. High about 52 degrees today with southerly winds becoming light and variable. 50-50 chance of rain developing after midnight tonight. Again, there could be some widespread dense fog and cloudy skies, a low of 41 with a light northerly breeze, 3 to 5 miles an hour. Rain on Thursday, mainly in the morning, high about 50 with an east breeze becoming westerly by the afternoon. A chance of rain Thursday, 80%. Cloudy Thursday night, low of 36 with west winds. More clouds Friday, high of 50 with northwesterly breezes becoming easterly by the afternoon. Friday night cloudy with a low of 36, and after midnight, a 30% chance of getting rain. Rain likely Saturday morning, mostly before noon. Cloudy otherwise, and a high of 43 with a chance of rain 60%. Then clouds Saturday night, low of 32. It's 41 degrees right now. We still have that dense fog. We're not seeing but about a half a mile, maybe even a little bit less than that at the last check. 100% relative humidity. Pressure at 30.07 inches. Winds light and variable out of the southwest here at KSMO Radio. And there you have it. A look at what's going on in the world of weather. Brought to you as a courtesy of Healthy Dent County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory. And beginning in February, oh yeah, line dance classes are back. You bet. Every Tuesday in February at 6:30, you can get out and do some line dancing. Have some fun with your friends on the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th at 6:30. It's $5 per person. You pay at the door, so if you can't make it to a class, you're not out any money. The instructor's Rosalie Wright, and they welcome everybody to come on out and do a little line dancing with them. The line dance classes, that will be Tuesday, 6:30, starting the month of February. And all classes will be at the Salem Community Center at the Armory. If you have questions, call 739-1127, 739-1127. To get more information, or stop by 1200 West Rollo Road, and they can give you all the details. Coming your way next, it's Civic Happenings on KSMO. We invite you to stick around for that.
Purple Wave Auction understands that it takes the right equipment to maximize profits in the field. That equipment is up for auction every week at purplewave.com. Bid on hundreds of items from John Deere, Kubota, Case IH, and more. Our marketplace transparency makes bidding on those tractors, balers, and sprayers safe and easy. Equipment sells to the highest bidder regardless of price. Get started now at purplewave.com. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
At KSMO, time for the Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO and your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. When it comes to appliances, you never know when they're going to come to an end of their useful life. It just works that way. You know, things might be giving you some hints, maybe some noises, creaks, maybe leaks, things of that nature, but you just never really know when they're finally just going to go kaputski. And when they do, you're going to need replacements. And your friends at Southtown Furniture can be of great assistance to you. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, freezers, microwaves, dishwashers, they've got them. And if you're looking for something in particular in that line, they can get them. If you're looking for something today, stop on by, see them. They're located 1601 South Highway 19, but make it tomorrow. Make it Friday, make it Saturday. They're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Southtown Furniture in Salem, truly where the bargains are. Reba Swearingen of Licking passed away Thursday, January 18th, at the age of 78. Funeral services for Reba Swearingen will be held at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking. The interment will be in the Boone Creek Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home for Reba Swearingen, whose funeral services will be at 2 o'clock today at the Fox Funeral Home. Marvin Rodney Pace of Salem passed away Monday, January 22nd at the age of 69. Funeral services for Marvin Rodney Pace will be at 11 o'clock Friday morning at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with visitation from 10 until service time Friday at the chapel. Burial will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Marvin Rodney Pace is survived by his wife Darlene Pace of Salem, brother David Pace and wife Sharon of Salem, sisters Sue Gorman and husband Steve of Salem, and Missy Kennedy and husband Rick of Salem, plus nieces and nephews, great-nieces and nephews, cousins, and more. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Marvin Rodney Pace, whose funeral services will be Friday morning at 11 at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Roger Donald of Steelville passed away Saturday, January 20th at the age of 74. Funeral services for Roger Donald will be at 12 o'clock noon Friday at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville, with visitation Thursday evening from 4 till 8 at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville. Roger Donald survived by his wife Darlene Donald of Steelville, 2 sons, Kenneth Donald of Seguin, Texas, and wife Samantha Jo, and Clinton James of Steelville, 2 daughters, Heather Douglas of Camdenton, Missouri, and husband Kenny, and Anita Donald of Springfield, 2 brothers, Bruce Donald and wife Cheryl of Cherryville, and Jerry Donald and wife Carla of Roach, Missouri, 4 grandchildren, and other relatives and friends. Interment will be in the Steelville Cemetery in Steelville, Missouri. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Britton Bennett Funeral Home of Steelville for Roger Donald, whose funeral services will be at noon Friday at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville. George Roland Ponzer of Rolla passed away Friday, January 19th at the age of 95. Funeral services for George Roland Ponzer will be at the Rolla Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary at 1 Friday afternoon. Visitation will be from 11 until service time at the chapel. Interment will be in the Lake Springs Cemetery. George Roland Ponzer is survived by children Roland Ponzer and wife Sandy of Blue Springs, Gregory Ponzer of Bellingham, Washington, Melvin Ponzer and wife Rhoda of Harrisburg, Missouri, Laura Ponzer of Rolla, David Ponzer of Rolla, Martha French and husband Kenneth of Rolla, and Frank Ponzer and wife Cheryl of Estes Park, Colorado, a host of grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and friends. Memorials may be made to the Lake Springs Cemetery. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Rolla for George Roland Ponzer, whose funeral services will be at the Rolla Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary on Friday at 1 o'clock. Leonard Oliver Lenny Southard of St. James passed away Thursday, January 18th at the age of 76. Funeral services for Leonard Southard will be held at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Visitation will be held at the chapel prior to the service from 11 until service time. Lenny Southard is survived by children Denise Chu and husband Frankie of Hendersonville, Tennessee, Sean Southard and wife Erica of Mount Airy, Georgia, and Melissa Sorrells and husband Jeremy of Calhoun, Georgia, sisters Karen Clark of Missouri, LaDonna Southard of Kansas City, Verlie Faust of St. James, and Sharon Webster and husband Dan of Cuba, plus 7 grandchildren. All the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of St. James for Leonard Oliver Lenny Southard, whose funeral services will be at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar Friday at 1 o'clock. Laura Ruth Albert of Houston passed away Saturday, January 20th at the age of 57. Graveside services for Laura Ruth Albert will be held Friday afternoon at 1 at the Shepherd Hills Cemetery in Barnhart, Missouri. Laura Ruth Albert, survived by her brother Louis Albert and wife Sherry of Springfield, Illinois, and a host of nieces, nephews, cousins, and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Laura Ruth Albert, whose graveside services will be Friday afternoon at 1 at the Shepherd Hills Cemetery in Barnhart, Missouri. Johnny Dwayne Stroder of Boss passed away Wednesday, January 17th at the age of 63. A celebration of life for Johnny Dwayne Stroder will be held Sunday afternoon at 1 at the Tudor Hall in Boss. Interment will be in the Boss Cemetery. Johnny Dwayne Stroder, survived by his aunts and uncles, Connie Steelman and husband Steve, Cindy Callahan and husband Jerry, Phil Abney and wife Sammy, and Kathy Lowe, and a number of cousins, relatives, and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Johnny Dwayne Stroder, whose celebration of life will be held Sunday afternoon at 1 at the Tudor Hall in Boss. Nevaeh Angel Hayes of Salem passed away Monday, January 22nd at the age of 15. Funeral services for Nevaeh Angel Hayes will be at 11 Monday morning at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with visitation from 4 till 7 Sunday at the chapel. Burial will be at a private cemetery. Nevaeh is survived by her parents, Casey and Crystal Hayes of Salem, grandparents Leona Marie Walker of Rolla, Charles and Ruth Walker of Salem, Virginia and Marty Haight of South Dakota, and Brenda Nelson of South Dakota, a great-grandmother, Leona May Walker, and siblings Dominic Walker, Tristan Reynolds, and Cordell Hayes, and a host of aunts, uncles, cousins, family, and friends. Memorial contributions may be made to help with the final expenses. Envelopes are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Nevaeh Angel Hayes, whose funeral services will be Monday at 11 at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. More of our Civic Record next, right after this.
Southtown Furniture in Salem is your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers. Speed Queen is the most dependable washer and dryer available today, featuring their famous commercial design using only the highest quality metal components. These components are tested for over 10,000 cycles or 25 years of life at 8 loads per week. Your clothes will always come out cleaner with Speed Queen's large size agitator and wash tub, both rotating, allowing water to move through the heaviest fabric to create a better, gentle wash. Stop by Southtown Furniture today, your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem. It's Southtown Furniture.
Continuing with the Civic Record, the Salem Eagles this Friday and Saturday are going to be having a karaoke contest. Contest is open to the public. The contest will be available to the first 25 people who register. Registration will be Friday, January 26th from 6:30 to 7:30 at the club. The contest will begin at 8. The top 12 will move on to the final round on Saturday, January 27th. Cash prizes for the top 3 winners will be handed out on Saturday. Salem Eagles Club's out Highway 32 West for 2 great nights of entertainment. Come on out. Friday night for the karaoke contest for the first 25. They'll narrow it down to 12 on Saturday. And again, the outstanding entertainment will begin on Saturday night. We hope you can make it out to the Eagles Club for the karaoke contest this Friday and Saturday on Highway 32 West on the north side of Highway 32, just past the airport. Salem Acoustic Jam will be held this Saturday at the Creative Arts Center at 6:30. Come on out, bring your instrument and join in, or just come listen to the music and tap your feet. All types of music are played, whether you're a beginner or seasoned pro. Everybody's welcome to participate. There's no charge to attend. That's the Salem Acoustic Jam at the Creative Arts Center at 6:30 this Saturday night. And the Creative Arts Center will host a painting and animating water in watercolor class with Lexi Much on Monday. It'll be from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. They'll be painting a simplified creek scene to practice, then improve watercolor painting skills, and use this to create an animation. Develop your watercolor painting technique and then learn the process of hand-drawn animation at the same time. Also covered will be some watercolor basics, and you'll have the chance to practice the craft working together to create an animated scene as a group. Students will see the process of hand-drawn, hand-painted animation, learn how they might endeavor to create their own at home, and find out what tools will be necessary. All skill levels are encouraged. The cost is $25 per adult, $10 for children, and the class is open to those 10 years of age and older. All the supplies are included, and a minimum of 4 people need to sign up for the class to be held. Class registrations are on a first-come, first-served basis with online registrations. Interested persons can sign up under programs at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website for the activities at the Creative Arts Center. And at the Salem Nutrition site today, they'll have ham and beans for lunch with cornbread, spinach, potatoes and onions, and milk. The Salem Nutrition site's located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane, and everybody, all ages, are welcome to come for lunch. If you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution's $5. If you're under the age of 60, your meal is $7. So check it out. From 11 to 12:30, that's when lunch is served at the Salem Nutrition site, where today they're serving up ham and beans with cornbread, spinach, potatoes and onions, and milk. And don't forget that the menu can change without notice. If you have any questions, call them at 729-2373. That's 729-2373. That's the Civic Record, a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of your friends right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and your friends at Southtown. Southtown Furniture, part of the Bonhoff family of furniture stores, serving you since 1922. That's 101 plus years of service, still going strong. Ready to help you with gorgeous furniture, bedding, appliances, accessories, and more. Southtown Furniture in Salem, 2 blocks south of the crossroads at 1601 South Highway 19. Call 729-3422 or go online to SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are. Keep it right here at KSMO Radio. We have coming up in just a moment some statewide news from the Missouri Net. Look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu and an AP News all here at KSMO.
Hi, this is St. Louis Blues broadcaster Chris Kerber, and I want you to follow all the exciting action of the St. Louis Blues right here this season on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. They've been one of the longest-running St. Louis Blues affiliates, and if you can't make it to the game, the next best thing is listening right here. It's KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri, your radio home for the St. Louis Blues hockey.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. Missouri Senate President Pro Tem Caleb Rowden has had enough. He stripped the committee assignments and chairmanships of some of Missouri's Freedom Caucus members, Senators Denny Hoskins, Andrew Koenig, Rick Bratton, and Bill Eigel. They've been blamed for blocking Senate chamber business since session began. Rowden says the beginning of this year's session has been nothing short of an embarrassment.
They have demanded progress, civility, and the passage of policies that will provide better schools, a stronger economy,
and safe for communities around this state. Instead, the Chaos Caucus has chosen to use the Missouri Senate as a place to try and salvage their languishing statewide campaigns and intentionally destroy the institution in an effort to claim that the game is rigged against them.
Being stripped of committee assignments prevents the lawmakers from advancing or blocking key legislation at the committee level. Those same far-right-leaning lawmakers have also had their Capitol parking spots taken away. Missouri is thinking about testing a plan to help address its child care troubles. Kansas City Democratic Senator Greg Razor is proposing to create a pilot program that would evenly divide child care costs between participating businesses, employees, and the state.
I don't know how families do it now. I really don't. And I don't know how we have forgotten how important this is. I could make a pretty strong argument that we may not have won World War II without child care, because Rosie could have never riveted if somebody wouldn't watch the kids.
The program must be used in at least one rural region and one urban region of Missouri. During a Senate committee hearing on the bill, no one spoke in opposition. Two of Missouri's congressmen have teamed up to blast the rate hikes the U.S. Postal Service just implemented. Northern Missouri Republican Sam Graves and Kansas City Democrat Emmanuel Cleaver last week called on the Postal Service to halt the rate hikes. The new higher rates took effect Sunday, which included a 2-cent hike in the price of a first-class stamp to 68 cents. And a dense fog advisory is in effect for the entire state of Missouri until 12 noon. You can find news online anytime at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Two Missouri Republican statewide elected leaders are clashing over the results of an audit. State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick released an audit of Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft's office. He says Ashcroft's decision to leave ERIC, the National Electronic Registration Information Center, will cause local election authorities to have less info to find and correct inaccurate voter records.
The Secretary of State's office joined ERIC after a unanimous resolution was adopted by the local election authorities asking for that membership. The decision to withdraw was made without consulting with the LEAs.
Ashcroft, who's running for governor, calls the audit, quote, a political opinion in the guise of an audit report.
We are doing voter list maintenance. We are getting changes of address. We are getting death records. We're actually, on average, getting more death record notices per month now than we did under Eric.
Nobody won last night's Mega Millions drawing, making Friday's jackpot $285 million. This is MissouriNet.
And just inside a half court, bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with two hands, and punched it on the way down. C. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins.
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
At KSMO Radio, let's take a look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu for today, Wednesday, January 24th. They're going to be serving up ham and beans today with cornbread, spinach, potatoes and onions, and milk. Lunch is served from 11 to 12:30 at 604 North McGrath Lane inside the Salem Senior Center. Everyone, all ages, are welcome to attend. If you're 60 and above, the cost for your meal, the suggested cost is $5. If you're under the age of 60, the meal will cost you $7. Again, today's lunch at the Salem Nutrition site inside the Salem Senior Center will be ham and beans, cornbread, spinach, potatoes and onions, and milk. Should you have any questions, call 729-2373. And, of course, the menu can change without notice. Every weekday, we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center's menu as a courtesy of KSMO Radio. We have AP News and also Sports on MissouriNet coming up. Keep it here, KSMO.
There's a place
right, deals are going on now at K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find a Power Torque 6-piece screwdriver set priced at $17.99, a Schumacher 1.5 amp 12-volt battery charger maintainer for $35.99, and Brake Best brake parts clear 2 for $8. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
A better variety of music. KSMO, Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Russia is accusing Ukraine of shooting down a military plane that was carrying Ukrainian prisoners of war. The AP's Charles de Ledesma with the latest.
Russia says a military transport plane that was carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war has crashed in a Russian region near Ukraine. The governor of the Belgorod region says all those aboard were killed. A Russian state news agency citing the ministry is reporting the POWs were being transported to the border region for a prisoner exchange. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
She had a very bad night. That's what Donald Trump said about rival Nikki Haley after he easily won New Hampshire's GOP primary. The AP's Sagar Magani.
First Iowa and now New Hampshire.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Whoa!
Trump celebrating his win over Nikki Haley, who finished second despite investing significant time and money in New Hampshire. She's still resisting calls to drop out.
This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go.
To Trump, it sounded like a victory lap.
She didn't win. She lost.
And says Haley should follow Ron DeSantis, who ended his campaign after finishing second in Iowa.
She came in third, and she's still hanging around.
Making clear his fury that Haley insists on staying in the race. Sagar Magani, Washington.
President Biden won the Democratic primary in New Hampshire. If you've got a Ford Explorer, you may want to hear this. Ford is recalling some Explorer SUVs because a trim piece can fly off. Now, that's considered a danger for other drivers. These are Ford Explorers for model year 2011 through 2019. More layoffs. eBay is cutting about 1,000 jobs. This is AP News. Now to your taxes.
TurboTax is barred from advertising its services as free unless they are free for all customers or if eligibility is clearly disclosed. In an opinion and final order, the Federal Trade Commission ruled that TurboTax maker Intuit engaged in deceptive practices by running ads claiming consumers could file their taxes for free using TurboTax, when in fact many taxpayers did not qualify for such free offerings. In addition to prohibiting Intuit from marketing its products or services as free unless there's actually no cost for everyone, the FTC said Intuit must disclose what percentage of consumers are eligible and note if a majority of taxpayers do not qualify. Intuit said it had appealed the decision, which it called deeply flawed. Julie Walker, New York.
And I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back on the fields in Jupiter, Florida for Spring Training 2024. It will be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered, and we'll be with you from the first pitch until the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
This is Deborah Hobson, Director of Infection Prevention. To help prevent disease, wash your hands. As you touch people, surfaces, and objects throughout the day, you accumulate germs on your hands. In turn, you can infect yourself with these germs by touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Washing your hands frequently can help limit the transfer of germs that causes illness. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Missouri Net Sports is brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. Driving CMVs during winter is no joke. Always be cautious, be prepared, and be safe. Simple actions save lives. Brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock.
We held a team to 6 total field goals in the first half. That's a tremendous thing. We wasn't able to come into halftime with a lead, and we should have been up 10, 15 points.
Mizzou coach Dennis Gates baffled. Instead, the Tigers watched Texas A&M go on a 23-2 run where Mizzou shot just 1 for 11 in that stretch. The Tigers regained the lead briefly in the second half, but they lost their 6th straight in SEC play, 67-53.
Texas A&M is a good defensive team. I thought our guys did a great job of executing the game plan. The two categories that hurt us was the points off turnovers that we gave up, and we were negative assist-to-turnover ratio.
And Texas A&M went 27 for 37 from the free throw line. Mizzou only got to the line 10 times. The Blues rally in the third, and they steal one in Calgary.
And a couple of strides, and just like that, the Blues to center. And Brandon Saad shoots it. He scores! Saad with 48 seconds to go! Unbelievable! And the Blues have taken a 4-3 lead.
Valley Sports Midwest, that was the final. St. Louis gets their second win in a row after being down 3-2 heading into the third. A big road win for the Blues, who play the Western Conference leading Canucks tonight in Vancouver. Buffalo Bills kicker Tyler Bass has turned off all of his social media after missing that potential game-tying field goal against the Chiefs on Sunday. It shouldn't have gotten to that point. The Chiefs were at the Buffalo 1 when McCole Hardman tried to stretch for the goal line on a first down.
Yeah, I'm not real big on reaching out because I've been involved with too many of those things where the ball gets knocked out. So
a touchdown would have iced the game. Andy Reid and the Chiefs getting ready for the AFC Championship game against Baltimore. Bill Pollock, Missouri Nut Sports.
Interested in a career in utilities?
I love this job just because I get to see the change we make.
A career where you make a difference while still having an excellent work-life balance, a strong starting salary, and job security? Well, let's get started. Visit mpua.org to learn about our 3-week utility boot camp. You don't need any previous experience, and the boot camp is free if you qualify. Deadline to apply is February 16th, so visit mpua.org/workforce today.
If I could be you.
And you could be me?
For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes. This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale. There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
Here, KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Let's take a look at that weather. And we have a dense fog advisory in effect till noon today. We will have that fog hanging around, be widespread. Otherwise, clouds and a high today of 52 with a southerly breeze moving to the west in the afternoon. Then tonight, a 50-50 chance of getting some rain in the after midnight hours. We'll have fog come back in. And we'll have cloudy skies and a low of 41. Winds, not much, out of the northeast, about 5, maybe 8 miles an hour. For Thursday, rain, mainly after the early morning hours have passed, and widespread fog again, mainly until about noon. High about 50 with northeasterly winds 5 to 10, moving to the west in the afternoon. Chance getting rain Thursday, 80%. More rain likely Thursday afternoon and into the early evening. Cloudy and a low of 36 with west winds 5 to 10, 60% chance of that rain happening. Cloudy on Friday, high of 50 with northwest winds 5 to 10, move to the east by the afternoon. Then clouds on Friday night with a 3 in 10 chance of rain developing after midnight, low of 36. And rain likely Saturday in the morning hours up till about mid-afternoon. We'll have a high of 43 with a 60% chance of those showers on Saturday. Currently here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Cloudy skies. We've got fog in the area. Here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, 42 degrees. Just a light breeze coming out of the southwest to west. Right now at about 3, maybe 4 miles an hour at best. Here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Right here at KSMO, now time for agribusiness news. It is next, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO, your hometown radio station. We appreciate you being along. Hope your day is going to be a good one. But right now, agribusiness news from the state of Missouri, from the Brownfield Farm Market Network, right here on KSMO Radio.
I'm
Kara Hart with Ag News on Brownfield. Missouri Governor Mike Parson previewed his final State of the State address with cattle producers and other ag industry leaders at the Missouri State Cattlemen's Convention last weekend. Parson said the recent income tax reductions have put more money in farmers' pockets and infrastructure investments continue for rural areas.
We're going to give a timeline in that State of the State of when we feel like we'll be able to have broadband in every home in Missouri.
Parson said workforce development can also keep young people in agriculture.
So we want to make sure we're getting high school kids a job where they can go to work and then work on the farm.
Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe told Brownfield Big Picture the state of Missouri agriculture is positive, but the state's budget is in a tough spot.
A lot of the federal dollars we've seen in the last 3 or 4 years are not going to be there anymore, but Missouri is just like Missouri families. We need to live within our budget, and we're going to balance that budget and go forward and do the best we can.
Parson says he intends for there to be $1.5 million left over for the next administration. The governor is scheduled to deliver the State of the State address at 3 o'clock this afternoon. An agricultural economist is changing his risk management recommendations because of the expected tight crop margins and current corn and soybean prices. Brownfield's Larry Lee has more from the University of Wisconsin's Ag Outlook Forum.
Paul Mitchell says corn and soybean producers can expect some tight margins in 2024, even with some favorable fertilizer prices.
Expenditures, cost for crop production and livestock production, it's about a break-even deal. We're up just tiny bit, but corn and soy, it looks like it's down about 5 to 7% is the cost of production, but prices are down as well.
And Mitchell says he's now advising farmers to hold off until February before making a decision between price loss coverage and ag risk coverage because of where the corn market is.
Wait till February and then really reevaluate.
Mitchell says he would wait until after the USDA February price reports before locking in Archer PLC, giving farmers time to evaluate which works better for their operation this growing season. I'm Larry Lee, Brownfield Ag News.
Thanks, Larry. The executive director of the South Dakota Corn Growers Association says it's clear the leaders of the agriculture committees in Congress aren't finding agreement on how to fund the new farm bill. Danita Murray tells Brownfield
they need a breakthrough on funding something that gets them past the disagreements they have, or we're not going to see a farm bill anytime soon.
She says last week's letter from Senate Agriculture Committee Chairwoman Debbie Stabenow made it clear the senator isn't willing to use nutrition title funding for the commodities title. And
Mr. Bozeman's been pretty clear that he needs improvements that are expensive in the commodity title. And there's certainly debates over whether or not any of the conservation money that was originally earmarked for climate change could be used for anything else other than conservation and climate change in the Farm Bill.
I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
Agri-America features the largest collection of agricultural podcasts, including popular titles such as...
Hi, this is Rob Sharkey, a fifth-generation farmer from Illinois. If you want to hear stories about agriculture, make sure you tune in to Shark Farmer Podcast today on Agri-America.
Hi, I'm Darren Hefty. Head over to Agri-America's podcast directory for the latest episode of the Ag PhD Radio Show.
Visit Agri-America's podcast directory at agriamerica.com/podcasts. agriamerica.com/podcasts.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMORadio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free.
The cost